Welcome back, Comskill. Today we will talk on how can we prevent ourselves next pandemic, because we have faced lots of problem in previous pandemic. That's why we will talk on this topic, and I think this topic it will helpful for us upcoming pandemic. Then my first question is, what is pandemic? Please, Priyanka, go ahead.
Thank you so much for inviting me. And a pandemic. I would like to explain this word with the help of our past history. And first, I explain this word that a pandemic is an epidemic of an infectious disease that has spread across a large region of instance, multiple continents, or worldwide, we can say. It has affected a substantial number of individuals, and it affects also a widespread epidemic disease with a stable number of infected individuals is not a pandemic. Widespread epidemic disease with a stable number of infected individuals, such as reoccurrence of seasonal influenza, are the generally excluded as they occur simultaneously in large region of the globe rather than being spread worldwide. Now, I will make you understand the word a pandemic with the help of with the help of some history. With the help of some history. Throughout human history, we have been a number of pandemics of diseases such as smallpox. The most fatal pandemic in the is recorded in our history, that was the Black Death. We can also call that the plague, which killed an estimated of 75 to 2000 million of people in 14th century. The term was not used yet, but was for later pandemic, including the 1918 influenza pandemic. There has been many pandemic in India. We have recently faced the pandemic that was the COVID. We are freshly aware of that, and the pandemic is the word. I'm again concluding that is the word that in that infectious disease when cover the whole world, and when struck the all persons in that, and most of the person who are getting infected easily by that infectious disease is called pandemic.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. And you have uh, given lots of point like uh, plague and influenza pandemic, influenza and epidemic disease. It was, and it affects by infectious. And my second question is, what are impact of a pandemic for Raghav?
Okay, thank you, Shubham, for inviting me. And yes, as I have understood about the pandemic word, so we should go ahead for the what are the impacts of pandemic, like any type of pandemic, if we will talk about. So, as recently we have seen the coronavirus in worldwide. So, and we have also observed a lots of impacts on this pandemic also. But we have to summarize the things in brief. So, as for this, we are gathering here. So, I want to share some of those. Like, if the pandemic is coming, which is on happening on the worldwide, so definitely you will face some uh, major issue and minor issue also. And minor is the thing which is on ground level, and you have seen the like people in India were trying to travel from Mumbai to UP by only walking, and these type of things, like some is very hilarious things, like it is going to effect on our mind. And and lots of thing also somewhere it is happening that something is needed to the person, someone is hungry from the food. And on globally we have faced also the economical impacts
Aspects.
also, and lack of medical instruments also. So after summarizing all of these things, I can say the impact of the any pandemic is the major thing which impact in my mind, in our mind, and this is going to totally psychological thing. You will face a lot of stress. You will face like you are stuck in somewhere. You are facing a lot of issue. Maybe something which is not going to very hard as we are listening from news channel and from many of the others, but we have to control ourselves during this pandemic. After seeing this type of difficulties like coronavirus, we have faced a lot of many impacts, and yes, definitely it is going to short in our mind also. So first we have to get rid this also. So yes, these are the some impacts on of the any type of pandemic, and we have seen recently coronavirus. And definitely for other question, we have some other members also. So thank you so much for giving me the chance for this particular question. Thanks a lot.
Yes, yes, definitely. And you have given very valuable point. Like it affects at a deeper level in our mind, psychologically and physically, and as word perspective as well, as like we have faced medical equipment problem, we have faced economical problem, we have faced psychological problem, then it prevents lots of problem. Then we have to aware for next pandemic. Okay, then for my next question for Priyanshu, how can protect ourselves upcoming pandemic?
Yeah, thank you very much, Shivam, for giving me chance. So, first of all, the question is very sincere and very serious also. How can we prevent ourselves from upcoming pandemic? Great question. So, here, the one most important thing which I found, that is the awareness only. Awareness about anything is the one key to prevent from anything. Now, awareness, what kind of awareness can be? Awareness, this thing I don't know, but some of the awareness I'm going to tell you, that is make distance from people. Okay, because it is one thing which is going to help us a lot, but nowadays, as we can see, cause of crowd, cause of population, and cause of shortage of land, we are not able to make that thing. But it is very important for us, and we need to make this thing. After this, we have that always wear mask. Actually, in saying, I'm just feeling is weird because always wearing mask is very difficult for us, as I also don't wear. But yes, it is a fact. We all need to wear this thing. We can't avoid it because for our safety, for other safety, and for our people safety, we need to do this thing. And after this, I can truly say that always be prepared for anything. Okay, because suppose that now I don't know what is going to happen next. I'm not prepared. Then what could happen? Maybe that thing will happen to which that was unexpected to me. If I'm preparing for that only, now suppose I have my monthly exam or maybe yearly exam. Okay, my annual exam I have. And if I'm preparing for that thing, then definitely I will score good. But if I'm not preparing for that, and at the end, at this certain moment, I got to know that, oh, yeah, now I have my exam and now I have started reading or learning, then it will affect negatively to me. So in the same manner, if we are not prepared for anything, so it will affect negatively for us and we can't do anything also. So here we all need to do what is that, be ready, spread awareness, and follow whatever is being shown by government or by news channels. Although we know that many of the awareness we already know, or we are all are following as well, but somewhere it is not being followed by people, and somewhere we all are also not following this thing because we all are lacking. It's our human nature to not following the things as accurately, and it should be followed. So that is why this thing we can do, or we can prevent ourselves. So thank you. This is from my side.
Exactly, exactly. Like we have to give awareness, if we will give awareness, and as you have said, like a quite weird mask, yes, it was quite weird and it is quite weird for wearing it always. And if we will follow at that precaution, then I think pandemic will endemic in one situation. Then my next question is for Satyam: how can we get rid of pandemic?
So much for giving me this opportunity to share about the pandemic. And it is very important to know how can we get rid of with this uh, health situation. I can say it is about to hell if we are going to face these type of problems. First thing, as we know, it many of the times it come from the animals, birds. That is zoonotic. We have to stop it first thing, or we can just make it in our control, and we can just make it very limited. If we are going to do any experiment on any animal, any bird, then we have to just think about it. If it is going to be wrong, then what will be my next step? How can I protect it? If it is going to be viral as COVID-19 virus has, then we need to just think about it, like it is for our scientists, I can say. And next thing is, we need to just always be ready with our health infrastructure, because we just take it granted. I have a great infrastructure, we don't think about the pandemic, we just go with our normal disease only. Then for that we have great. But if we're going to face any type of difficulty in upcoming days, then how will we tackle? This is the biggest problem, that we need to think about it, and then only we can get rid of with this situation. And next thing is, if anyhow just any virus has start infecting our community, it just become epidemic, then what can we do at that time? The first thing, we need to start from there, like tracing and tracking the person who get infected, or just any person who is coming from another country. Then we have to just stop on the airport only, and we need to track them carefully, and don't release them till now, when we are not getting this get satisfaction. Now he or she is absolutely right, and he don't have any type of disease or virus, and he didn't get infected, then we can release them. Because many of the time we can easily see, just we have example of COVID-19 only. Its origin is not in India, not in Pakistan, but it has spread. Why? Because of we have not just protected our airports, and that's why it just is become epidemic to pandemic, and now it has become global pandemic. This is the major thing that we need to track and trace on the airport only. This is the biggest problem that we can see. And finally, we need to just be calm if we are going to face any type of problem in our life. And one more thing, that if our government or our WHO, because we know about WHO, yeah, World Health Organization, who always ready to just spread awareness about it. If there is going to uh, happen any problem in our world, then they just provide us information about that. Then we need to just don't travel at that country, at that part of that got infected by any type of disease or any type of virus. Then we can easily protect, and we can be safe with the pandemic. If we are not going to spread, like we need to after only drop we can make in it see, then we can get infected by one person, and we can make it uh, epidemic to pandemic. then we need to protect it. And we have only these are things because we know at the time of pandemic we don't have any type of medicine related to that, any type of vaccine related to that. That's why it becomes a pandemic. That is the reality. Then we have only precautions that we need to do. Thank you so much. Exactly.
Have to like wait when epidemic will occur, like come to pandemic. Like if somewhere any fixed geographical aspects is spreading any infectious disease, it comes to epidemic. But if somewhere is to go to country, it comes to pandemic. Then not need to wait, we have to follow guidelines WHO and government, our government, as Satyam has said. And we have to take care of experiment. And we have to uh, giving to community tracing where it is infecting. And for the next question, how can we spread awareness to our society? Please, Abid, go ahead by this question.
Thank you for inviting me. And the question is spreading awareness.
Yes.
A lot of platforms are available now as we are talking here, and now a lot of platforms like Facebook and Twitter, Insta, and news channel, blah blah blah. But we just need to tell them by through the any kind of society apps or anything like that.
Yes.
Mm, while when we call to our people anytime to sim telecom,
Yes.
there are some messages about
Yes.
the awareness. And especially in my country now, it's and about pandemic COVID. Yes, here are before. Yes, that thing was very good to know that they spread awareness by through the calling packages. Even if it wasn't like that, but it doesn't exist in other countries, but in my country it still exists. A lot of things are in my SIM card and the platform like Facebook and Twitter, Insta, Snapchat. A lot of application has that awareness, and I'm happy to see that. And it called awareness. And yes, thank you.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you so much for giving a precious answer. Yes, we have social media, like you have said, Insta, Facebook, and WhatsApp, all those things, and print media. By this, we can give awareness, we can spread awareness. Yes, Priyanshu, would you like to add something, some more point?
Sure. And before this, I'm thinking that maybe Priyanka wants to add something.
Yes, yes,
So,
Priyanka.
yes, Priyanka, please. You please add, then after I will add something.
Yeah, I would like to add something that was also related to the that is also related to the awareness. By spreading the awareness with the help of social media, it's good because now we are in the modernization and we are totally around the social medias, not with only phones, even with the televisions, with the computers, and many more by which we can get the information in very at a short notice. With the help of this, one more thing is also here, that is by spreading the message towards the NGO, with the help of NGO as well as with the help of dramatic shows. Have you seen that in the small villages also, many school children or many college students, they used to organize a pomp and show just to aware people, and that would be great also. for the awareness, and with the help of drama shows, they just need to tell people that how they tell the people that tell the community that how the infectious disease is affecting us, and how we are losing our family or our closest with this with the pandemic. So that can be helpful, because every we can see in our community, if in our community there are 80% of people who are educated, so they will be understood easily. But among them 20% people, we will have to make them understood with the help of some example. So that would be great if we will make them understood with the help of pomp and show. That will also great. Thank you.
Yes, yes, definitely. Like we have NGOs, non-government organization, and dramatical, so we can take help to these things, and it will help to us. And Priyanshu, would you like to add some more points?
Definitely, as Priyanka and Abid, they both have shared about this thing. So it is really great. And I here, it's my belief personally that awareness, it is one thing which could stop something and which could spread more something. So here we are talking about the pandemic. So definitely we want to stop it. So that is why we have some posters and some barriers, then after some brochures also. And with this, social media is a great power. We can say that it is a powerful weapon for us, which we can use it in a right way. Now, suppose as you're a youth, so we just forward jokes, some comedies, but no, this thing also need to be shared. As through social media, we can share some useful things which will help those people who are not aware with this, and with that, we can share those things as well. Now, suppose as I'm sharing something an important message, which include that what are the awareness, how can we stop this thing, and how can we prevent ourselves. So by this I got to know something new, or maybe that to whom I will share, he or she will also got to know this thing. So that is how and that is why we can spread awareness or we can stop this thing. Thank you, it's from my side.
Yes, yes, definitely. We have covered all those things, I think, like poster, browser, and as Abid and Priyanka and Raghav, Satyam, everyone shared about uh, uh, our thinking about it, and we have covered. And thank you so much for watching this video. And if you would like to connect with us, please subscribe our channel and leave the comment. Thank you so much once more.